So previous class we discussed about the worksheet 3. Everyone practiced or not? 26 questions. So if you not practice, just you practice once. Who will practice all these questions? Definitely you will get good marks. Okay na? Good knowledge also. Okay, children, prepare well. Okay, so I am going to teach today concept 4. That is about the chemical properties of non-metals. Chemical properties of non-metals. Chemical properties of non-metals. See, so what are present in this? So non-metals react with oxygen and produce non-metal oxides. So you know non-metal oxides formed when non-metal react with oxygen and produce non-metal oxide. This is general definition. So if you want to see that according to the elements, see non-metal oxides. See non-metal oxide, I am taking carbon, reacts with oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. Okay, that is carbon is a non-metal. Suppose if you take the sulfur, sulfur reacts with oxygen and produce sulfur dioxide. So these two are the non-metal oxides. These non-metal oxides acidic in nature. These non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. They turn blue litmus to red litmus. Blue to red. Blue litmus to red litmus. So this is the introduction of the non-metals. How they react with oxygen. See, non-metals react with oxygen and forms non-metal oxide. That is, non-metal is carbon, reacts with oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. And sulfur also reacts with oxygen and forms sulfur dioxide. So these are the non-metal oxides. That means carbon bonds in the presence of oxygen produces carbon dioxide. Sulfur bonds in the presence of oxygen and forms sulfur dioxide. These are the non-metal oxides. Okay children, understanding? So this is about non-metals. So I am going to explain some non-metal oxides. Some non-metal oxides. Some non-metal oxides are neutral in nature. Some non-metal oxides are neutral in nature. Neutral in nature. See, neutral nature. What are those non-metal oxides? Non-metal oxides H2O, H2O and carbon monoxide, and next one is NO, nitric oxide, and nitrogen dioxide, nitrous oxide. That is nitrous oxide. So this is the water, this is carbon monoxide, this is nitric oxide, this is nitrous oxide. These four oxides are neutral in nature. These are non-metal oxides. Some non-metal oxides are neutral in nature, and these are water, carbon monoxide, nitric oxide, nitrous oxide. Next, hydrogen bonds in the presence of oxygen and produces water. See here, hydrogen bonds in the presence of oxygen and produces H2O. Hydrogen bonds in the presence of oxygen and produces H2O, children. So here, in order to balance this equation, here oxygen is 2, here only one oxygen. So I am keeping here 2. Here 2 2s are 4 hydrogens and here 2 2s are 4 hydrogens. This is a balance. Hydrogen bonds in the presence of oxygen and produces water. This is the non-metal oxide preparation. Okay, let's go to the these non-metal oxides react with the alkali. So I am explaining about the chemical properties of non-metals. So I am explaining about now how these non-metal oxides react with alkalis. See here, non-metal oxides, I am taking CO2 react with NaOH. CO2 react with water. CO2 react with sodium hydroxide. This is alkali. So we'll write in another page. Non-metal oxide react with alkali. Alkali is nothing but here sodium hydroxide. Alkali is nothing but what, amma? Sodium hydroxide. See here, carbon dioxide react with the alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, and forms sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 plus H2O. This is the first one. Next, sulfur dioxide also react with the alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, and produces sodium sulfite and water. Sodium sulfite. Formula Na2SO3. This is carbon dioxide, this is sulfur dioxide. These two are non-metal oxides. These two are what, amma? Non-metal oxides react with the alkali and forms sodium carbonate in the first equation. In the second equation, sodium sulfide, Na2SO3. Here sodium charge is plus 1. Here sodium charge is plus 1 and carbonate charge is minus 2. So how to write this formula? Na2CO3, how we have written this formula? Crisscross method. Here interchange the values. Here plus 1, the value is 1. Here minus 2, the value is 2. So interchange these values, then you will get the formula of sodium carbonate. Okay na? Next, sodium sulfite, how you have written this formula? Sodium charge is plus 1 and sulfite charge is minus 2. So crisscross method. These two right here, this one here right. So Na2SO3. This is crisscross method. Formulas Na2CO3, Na2SO3. This is about the non-metal oxides react with the alkali. Next, these non-metals react with the water. Non-metals react with the water. With water. Non-metal oxide I am taking CO2. Non-metal oxide is what? CO2 react with water and forms H2CO3. This is carbonic acid. This is what, amma? Carbonic acid. And next, SO2 react with water and produces H2SO3. This is sulfurous acid. Okay, these are the two equations. How these non-metals oxides react with water? Non-metal oxides react with water. So these are the two equations. One is carbonic acid, another one is sulfurous acid. These two are the how these non-metal oxides react with the water. Okay now children, right? So this is about the chemical properties of non-metal oxides. Chemical properties of non-metal oxides. How they react with alkalis, how they react with water. Right, let's go to the, see here one formula is there. This formula, it is there in worksheet questions. This is there in worksheet. So you should practice this formula here. Sulfurous acid, H2SO3. So I am going to explain. Next, non-metals react with the acids. Non-metals react with the acids. Non-metals. Carbon. Carbon reacts with the sulfuric acid. Carbon reacts with the sulfuric acid and forms what? Carbon reacts with sulfuric acid. So here carbon dioxide will form, sulfur dioxide will form, plus water. Carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide plus water. These three products are formed when carbon reacts with sulfuric acid. Okay children, అర్థమవుతుందా చెప్తుంది ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా ఫాలో అవ్వాలి ఓకేనా. సో రైట్, కార్బన్ రియాక్ట్స్ విత్ సల్ఫ్యూరిక్ యాసిడ్. H2S4 is a sulfuric acid. Right, so balance this reaction. Here how many sulfurs? One sulfur, one sulfur. Carbon 1, 1 carbon. Oxygens 4. Here 2 plus 2 plus 1. How many? 5. 5 oxygens. So I'm here, if I'm keeping here 1, it's not balancing. So I'm keeping here 2. So 2 sulfurs means here 2 sulfurs. Now I'm keeping here 2 sulfurs. Okay now. Now hydrogens 2 2s are 4. Here how many hydrogens? 2 2s are 4 hydrogens. So sulfurs balanced, hydrogens balanced. Here sulfurs 2 sulfurs, hydrogens 4 hydrogens. Next carbon 1 carbon, 1 carbon. Here also 1 carbon. Okay na? Right, next oxygens 2 4s are 8. Here how many? 2. Here how many? 4. Here how many? 2. So how much total? 8. This side 8, this side also 8 oxygens, 8 oxygens. So these are equal. So in this reaction, carbon reacts with the sulfuric acid. Carbon is a non-metal. Non-metals react with the sulfuric acids and produces carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and water. So let's go to the next equation. Sulfur react with the sulfuric acid. This sulfur is a non-metal reacts with the sulfuric acid and forms here only sulfur dioxide and water will form. Sulfur dioxide and water will form. Here how many sulfurs? 1. Here 1. 2 sulfurs. Here only 1 sulfur. So balance this equation. 2 sulfurs. And here how many oxygens? 4. Here how many oxygens? 2 plus 1. 5. So not balancing. So that's why I'm keeping here 2. Now again comes to the sulfurs. 1 sulfur, 2 sulfurs. Total how many sulfurs? 3 sulfurs. So that's why I'm putting here 3 sulfurs. Okay na? 3SO2 this is. 3SO2. This is 3SO2. Okay na? Now sulfurs balanced. Next how many hydrogens? 2 2s are 4. Here how many hydrogens? 2 2s are 4 hydrogens. Now oxygens how many? 2 4s are 8. Here how many? 2 2s are 2 3s are 6. And here how many? 2. So total how many? 8. So here also 8. So all are balanced now. So in this equation sulfur is a non-metal. In this equation carbon is a non-metal. So Then what are the products in the first equation? CO2, SO2, H2O. In the second reaction, sulfur reacts with sulfuric acid. What are the products? Sulfur dioxide and water. These are the two equations. How the non-metals react with acids? That is sulfuric acid. Next, phosphorus reacts with nitric acid and forms H3PO4, phosphoric acid, plus NO2, nitrogen dioxide, and water. These are the three products are formed. This is, what is the name of this? Phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. Okay. Now phosphorus reacts with nitric acid. Okay na? Then what is formed? Phosphoric acid is formed. This is what? Phosphorus. This is a non-metal. What is this? Non-metal. Phosphorus is a non-metal, react with nitric acid. See here how many phosphorus are there? One phosphorus, okay. Next nitrogen, one nitrogen, okay. Next oxygens, 3 oxygens here, 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7 oxygens. Where odd number is there? Here odd number is there. I am keeping here 2. So 4 plus 2 plus 2, 8. So I am keeping here okay, 8, odd number coming. Next, phosphorus, 1 phosphorus, okay. Nitrogens, 1, okay. So I am not keeping here I am not keeping here, I am not keeping there 2, I am keeping only 1. So 4 plus 2 plus 1, how much? 6. How much? 6. So here I am keeping 5. 5 nitrogens means 5 nitrogens. So not satisfying, that this reaction is not satisfying if I am keeping here 1. If you keep here 2, not satisfying, all atoms are not balanced. If you keep here 3, all atoms are not balanced. If you keep here 4, all atoms are not balanced. So hit and trial method use and come to the 5 moles of HNO3 if you take, then this reaction is balanced. So hit and trial method you should use 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. If you use 1 mole of HNO3, that is not balanced. If you take 2, not balanced, 3, not balanced, 4, not balanced, 5. So at 5, this reaction is balanced. So 5 moles of HNO3 you should take. So here, how many? 5 nitrogens now. 5 nitrogens, 5 nitrogens. Okay. Next, hydrogens, 5 hydrogens. Here 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus 2, 5. Balanced. Next, oxygens, 15 oxygens. And here 4, and here 10, and here 1. Total 15 oxygens. Now all are balanced. So this reaction, phosphorus reacts with nitric acid. Phosphorus is a non-metal here. Phosphorus is a non-metal. So phosphorus is a non-metal. Okay now. Next let's go to the sulfur. Sulfur reacts with the nitric acid and forms, same here, sulfuric acid H2 SO4 plus nitric oxide plus water. These are the products. How the sulfur reacts with nitric acid? So sulfur reacts with nitric acid and produces sulfuric acid and nitrogen dioxide and water. So here balance this reaction. So 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogens. Here only 1 hydrogen. Sulfur 1, sulfur 1. So I am taking here 6 hydrogens. So 6 hydrogens means here 2, here 2 hydrogens. Here sulfur 1 only now, you should not touch this one because already one sulfur balanced. So should not touch this one. So I am taking here 2, 2, 3, 6. Here also 6. Next 6 nitrogens. Here how many nitrogens? Only 1. So that's why I am keeping here 6 nitrogens. So sulfur 1 sulfur, 1 sulfur, 6 hydrogens, 6 hydrogens here, 2 already there, na? That's why I am keeping here 2H2O only. I am keeping here 2H2O. So now all atoms are balanced. This is about the how the non-metals react with sulfuric acid and how the non-metals react with nitric acid. So this is the about concept 4. So metals, non-metals I completed. So everyone should practice this concept 4, chemical properties of non-metals. Children, అర్థమవుతుంది అందరికీ? ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా ఒక్కొక్క ఈక్వేషన్ని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి, 3-4 టైమ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. తర్వాత ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఏంటో చెక్ చేయాలి. ఆటోమేటిక్గా నీకు బ్యాలెన్స్ చేయడం కూడా వస్తుంది అనమాట. ఫార్ములాస్ కూడా చూడాలి ఒకసారి, నేమ్స్ ఏంటి, ఫార్ములాస్ ఏంటి, ఎలా బ్యాలెన్స్ చేయాలి ఈక్వేషన్ని, ప్రతిదీ కూడా తెలియాలంటే ప్రతిదీ కూడా ఒక్కొక్క ఈక్వేషన్ 3-4 టైమ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే కానీ ఈ రియాక్షన్స్ బ్యాలెన్స్ చేయడం రాదు. సో అందరూ కూడా బ్యాలెన్స్ చేయండి అన్న, అందరూ కూడా బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి, అందరూ కూడా బాగా చదవాలి. ఓకేనా? దిస్ ఈజ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ నెంబర్ 4.